So everybody, hello and welcome to Mastering Music with Matthew number 4. So today we're going to continue our conversation on copyright strikes and what you can do in order to actually have your musical covers, parodies, or instrumentals, and have them be legal and even maybe get paid. So we're going to talk about this, and I've got a lot of really good information for you guys. So with me today, I have again my good friend I've known for, at least 20 years, Miss Jennifer Valaquette, saxophonist and flutist. Make sure you check out Jennifer's music page. I'm going to throw up a link to that here for you, so you can go ahead and listen. So how are you doing today?
Good. How are you? Thank you for the intro.
Absolutely, that's my job.
And thank you for having me as always.
Oh, well, thank you for being here. So let's go ahead and just dig right in so we don't bore anybody. This is very important stuff to me. Those of you who know me, I've been putting up covers pretty religiously for about the last 6 months, over 200 covers now. So getting a copyright strike simply for having a cover that got a little tiny bit popular was a little bit upsetting to me, because as I dug down the rabbit hole, I realized that my account was probably in a lot more jeopardy than I even realized, and here I'm going to explain. Okay, so throwing up a card for New World Wellness. You remember Craig from Jam and Chat? He really helped me go down this rabbit hole, so make sure you guys check out New World Wellness. They have yoga and meditation online. Check them out. All kinds of great classes, and I love them. I used to go in person all the time to Craig's meditation class. That was my big thing. So let's talk here about this here. Craig says on New World Wellness, he says, just watch your video. I can answer some of the questions they had. So we're going to start right here. Number 1, you can get sued on any public platform. It's not just YouTube. If you post in your personal website, it can be even worse because they go directly after you. Send you a letter that says you owe this much. You owe me this much. You can pay $600 to $800 up front and we will leave you alone, or we're taking you to court. I know someone who got boned for a JPEG that was copyrighted. He ended up getting $800. So in other words, Craig's friend had a JPEG stolen from him, and then he sued him and got $800. It's much better for YouTube to warn you first. So here's a link for service if you'd like to be part of the group to post covers legally. So I looked into this deep and I joined it. Now I'm going to tell you right now, this is my opinion, okay? So I'm not being paid by them, I'm not endorsing them, I'm not in any way trying to necessarily advertise for them. I'm trying to come at the angle of, this is a possible solution that I'm trying, and I think it might be really good for you too, so check it out. So my first thing is, I didn't want a monthly fee, right? That's very important. It's a modern business model. There's no monthly fee. There's no fee. How it works is, YouTube puts ads on your video. You do not monetize it yourself. YouTube monetizes it, or actually, We Are the Hits monetizes it for you. Then, YouTube pays out 55% of the ad revenue. Of that 55%, if you're doing a cover song, you'll get 40% of the 55%, and We Are the Hits will get 60% of the 55% that's left over. Now, that's okay. I think it's high. I think it should be 20%, but okay, whatever. That's fine. The part that I didn't like was that you can't collect money until you've made $100. And I did the math on that. So with a young YouTube channel that does music covers, you get on average 1 to maybe 250 per click, which is per 1,000 views. Okay? So let's say I got high on that range and I got 250 per click. That would mean that I would only get to keep like $1 of it. You understand? Or I don't even know if YouTube's percent is cut out of that or not. I'm not sure exactly how that works. I'm still a little bit confused about that. But the way the video, the way it was explained to me, was the guy was saying that CPC is the post-YouTube payment. I think that's what it is. So if anybody, if you know and you can correct me, please put it in the comments. I'm not trying to be a know-it-all. I'm just trying to help people. So, since you can't get paid till you have 100 That would mean if you're getting high 250 CPC, it would take 100,000 views. That's assuming that YouTube's cut's already taken out. That's a lot of views to make $100. And these are not just regular views, these are promo views, where there's the ad on it. Now, I don't know if that means that the people had to watch the ad, or if they skip it, if anything counts. I really don't know that for sure. We'd have to look that up to find out. I've heard that if you skip an ad, then they don't get paid. So I don't know how that works. But again, anybody that knows, put it in the comments down below. I want to know how all this works, and I want to tell everybody everything straight as much as possible. So, minimum of 100,000 covers before you can make $100. So the thing is kind of concerning to me is, what if I'm at like $90 for like 3 years? You know what I mean? Like, I can't just get like, you know, my money. I have to wait and wait and wait. And then once you collect the first 100, how long until you earn the second 100? So do you really want to collect the first 100 right away, or do you want to wait till you have 150 so that you can collect the 150 all at once? That's the part that I object to. But I still joined it. Now let's talk about the benefits of this group, because there's some big benefits, and I think that some could really help you, Miss Jennifer.
Right.
Not only can you now legally post covers and possibly make some money for it, but you can also use the masters and live recordings of the songs in your videos now legally. So for example, say you want to do a saxophone history video, and you want to talk about, you know, John Coltrane and play a clip, and you want to talk about whatever, blah, 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 you know, insert your favorite saxophone players, and maybe you want to do a countdown, you know, your top 10 favorite saxophonists, and you want to be able to play part of their work. Not you playing it, but just like playing it like I do on Zoom over the screen. So what you'd have to do then is you would have to go on there, and you'd have to search up the titles. And if they're on if the titles are on there, then you can register them, and then you upload your video to them first, to We Are the Hits first, and then to YouTube. So this brings me to my next issue, is that I have a whole bunch of videos that are like protected by them that are already uploaded to YouTube. You're not supposed to do that. So I need to get somebody on the phone and be like, hey, is there a way that I can like certify these that are already uploaded, or do I just have to delete them and start over from 0 views? And if I have to delete them and start over from 0 views, I will do that, but it sucks. Because how many people that watched your video and left you comments are going to watch it again and leave you those comments again?
Exactly.
So, okay. So there we are with that. And then the other thing is you could compare. You could talk about live performances and say, oh, you know, this show was the best, and you could play a clip of the greatest guitar solo that Jerry Garcia ever played, or whatever it is you want to do. And so I think that's really good from a teacher's perspective. And that was really what tipped me over the edge. Was that then, and if you use the videos that way, you still can get paid something. I think it's like 20% instead of 40%. You still can get some of the ad revenue if you play the masters, because you're generating new business for them. But I don't know, and I think it's cool because you could compare and contrast, like, oh wow, listen to how much different this song sounds live than the album version, right? They did it so much slower live, or whatever, like, and so that could make some really interesting video topics. I don't know. What do you think about all this?
I think, well, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it is.
So the site is the wearethehits.com, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the link right here. Now, I just mentioned number 2, instruction videos and parties, instrumental, both will get strikes, even if you own sheet music. Okay, that was directly for you, because that was your question that I could not answer directly.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a good answer, because I was definitely wondering about that, because I'm like, wow, that's so you can actually,
Okay, Universal, RCA, Sony are the main players. So that's like half of the music industry or so. I mean,
Really?
it's huge. That's huge. And Universal seems to be the ones who really like started it and got behind it. If I have time, I might try to pick out part of a video that gives some really, really, really sad news from Don Henley. It almost made me cry.
Okay.
One of my heroes. Not so much now. So the YouTube algorithm figures out the melodies. So it's AI technology that they find you with. you can unlist or make it private and keep that away for a little while. And that way, you know, sometimes if the algorithm caught it or not, but if your video gets popular, somebody's going to see it sometime. Do what Matthew told you to do in the video and share revenue. Where'd it go?
Thankfully, I don't think my videos are popular enough, so.
Oh, where'd it go?
Most of mine are on a lot of them are on unlisted anyway.
Okay, so, so much. Okay, so there's what I was saying. Both you and the publisher get paid. YouTube's 45% cut. We hit 60% cut. So they're supposedly saying they have 95% of the songs you would want to cover and work with the labels. I don't know if they really have 95%, but they do have a lot. They have several million songs.
Yeah.
So I said, if I sign up, will I have to worry about strikes? And he says, if a song's in their catalog and you post the URL to their site, yes, you will never get a strike. Use the site you use in the video for any songs not in their catalog, and you will be somewhat safe if you make sure to read thoroughly like you showed in your video. Or you can pay for the rights most of the time, about $15 a song, sometimes a lot more depending on the song, and you keep all revenue. There's no way I'm paying $15 a song to put a freaking cover on YouTube. There's no way that's happening.
That's crazy. That's a
There's
lot of money.
no way. Well, I'm not saying that it's not good, but come on, dude. If you only have to pay $1 to download the MP3, why do you have to pay $15 to do a cover?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
I mean,
So,
if there was a song I really wanted to do, I would do it, you know? But
so let's see. We got more here. We got more here. So, Craig also says, you better work on getting a lot of subscribers. Most people do it just to drive traffic to their sites. Unless you're a cover YouTube superhero, you might make a little in the side. Hopefully you'll make money off your music lessons and services you provide. But at least you won't get banned, and music companies don't own your video and hard work. So, honestly, the teaching angle for this, I think, is probably the biggest benefit for us, because then that way you can rest assured knowing that if you want to teach how to play one of their titles, you won't get strikes. And people have gotten it. Dude, this one guy, he got his video blocked. I don't think he got a strike for literally playing 9 seconds of a King Crimson song. They took the whole video down.
that's a bit ridiculous, yeah.
I mean, 9 seconds, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
I get annoyed with Instagram because, like, okay, same thing. And they do 15 seconds, and sometimes we'll take it down, and I'm like, you're supposed to allow 15 seconds. That's nothing. And it's, like, mostly speaking lines and stuff. It's not even... So it's irritating to know what's, like, allowed and what's not allowed on Instagram. And I'm like, I'm not even getting paid for this. What, like, it's Instagram, you know? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, sorry. My opinion just for that.
Well, I mean... It's a lot to take in. It is a lot of information.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
I stand by it's class warfare. I mean, it really is. And I mean, I'm not saying that I think that, you know, people that wrote these songs don't deserve royalties. I just don't like their methods and their tactics is really what it comes down to. You know?
Yeah,
I wish they would reach out in a friendlier way and be like, hey, you know, there's a way that you could do this, and we could both get paid. But instead, they like come after you with, like, you know, like mob style intimidation tactics, and I'm not into that.
No, I'm not either. I agree.
So it's a mixed review. I would say, honestly, a 60% positive, 40% negative. That's what I see. Because I see 3 strong positives to joining, and I see two negatives. But honestly, it's one of those things where it's like, even though they're going to have massive control of the revenue, it's kind of okay because this is something that you couldn't really make money off of anyway. So something's better than nothing. I just hope that they're listening to me and they lower that transfer threshold so that people can get paid more often. I think that would be attract more people to their platform, and that would get their artists more royalties in the end.
Exactly.
Anyway.
We get paid, they get paid, and yeah.
Well, that's what I think. Anyway.
That's what I think too. Like,
And
if I was a famous... Huh?
This is an opinion piece.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Good. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say if I was a famous artist, I'd want somebody to play my stuff because I'd be like, oh hey, they're advertising for me, cool, you know. Like, I mean, unless it sounded like really awful or something, but even then, you know.
Absolutely, and the thing is, I forgot to mention this. This is important. It's a month to month. Okay? So that means that you or the company can terminate your agreement with a month's notice. So that and also they can reject your covers. So I think the artists actually are having to approve them. I don't have any proof, but my evidence to support that is that I sent in 2 yesterday. I sent in You Belong to the City, and I
Right.
sent in Mad World. I sent in You Belong to the City first. I sent in Mad World second. I got an email saying go ahead and upload Mad World like within a couple hours, but I still have not received an email saying to upload You Belong to the City. So I literally think that the songwriter, artist, rights holder, whoever, is literally reviewing manually and deciding whether they're going to allow the cover or not, which is good and bad. It's bad because you could get rejected, but it's actually kind of good because then, like, if somebody really sucks, they'll reject it, and so there'll be less competition. So once
Exactly.
again, it's double-edged, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's double-edged. Okay, so we're gonna watch this little clip here of like I said, one of my heroes talking and really kind of letting me down a little bit here, and you'll see from his mouth why this is so important and what's going on. So let me just switch back over to my screen share, magic screen share. This guy, he has 1.5 million subscribers. This really benefit from this service, I think. He seems to be
Yeah.
pretty stubborn and not interested in doing it. But he has a lot more to lose than I do. So let's listen to what he has to say here.
Videos. And it's RB100, 50% off
Okay,
my
this is not
Beato
it.
book.
Hold on. Okay, so here we go.
Can you hear it?
No.
Okay. Hold on.
See, I'm not the only one that has technical issues. This guy's a lot bigger than me.
I'm going to play it from my phone here. I have to do it like this. It's unbelievable. But it's, I've never heard Don Henley talk about this stuff before. Let's see here. I'm going to share it with my phone. It's easier to do this way here. By the way, I'm going to tell you, here's the stats on blocks. So I have 732 videos on my channel. 732 free videos. Out of those 732 videos, 253 of them are demonetized. So a third of my videos are demonetized, which happens to be all my biggest videos are demonetized. Okay? Okay, so out of that, I had 465 copyright claims, 43 blocks, meaning 43 of my videos were taken down. Okay, there you go. Now here's Don Henley whining about this.
There are currently about 6 billion posts.
Hold on, let me get it so you can see him. About his 6 billion
Out of
posts.
those, let me just give you a perspective of the magnitude of the problem. There are currently about 6 billion posts on YouTube. And out of those
Can you hear this?
6 billion posts, 4 billion of them are unclaimed. And out of those 6 billion posts, 84% of them contain music. Now let's say it takes 2 minutes to file a claim. So at 2 minutes per claim, it would take 200 million hours to claim them and take them all down. At minimum wage,
He's gonna try
it would
to.
cost $2 billion. Of course, by then there would probably be another billion posts on YouTube. So, as has already been said, as you said, this is an endless game of whack-a-mole. And the notice and takedown system is badly broken. Universal Music Group administrates the publishing for the Eagles and
Here-
myself. And
here we
they have
go.
a team of 60 people.
60 people work
60
for him.
people who sit in a room with computers, and all they do all day long, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, is deal with the platforms such as YouTube and Facebook. They file claims and they issue takedown notices for the Eagles and for myself.
I can't believe he's admitting this.
60 people.
Those amount to between 200 and 500 claims a week.
Okay, so he has 60 people.
That's worse than I thought.
That go out there
Yeah.
5 and 6 days a week to file claims against YouTubers. And he goes on to talk about how he's doing this for the smaller artists out there. Well, they're not making any money. He goes on to talk about how little you make from streaming and everything like that. It's like, okay, you make only this much from a YouTube video, so why are you whining about it? For 1 million views on YouTube, you make $1,250. Okay? That's it. $1,250. What about us? What about the YouTubers? What do we make? Now, I'm fine. I don't mind. I don't whine about demonetized videos, right? People support my channel by buying stuff in my store
Okay, we're at the
or
end
being
of
part of
this.
the Beato Club.
Yeah, he's just gonna start.
Ranting. He'll start ranting.
Well, no. I don't want to use too much of his content because it's his content.
Yeah, true
Like
story.
I mean, I'm trying to be respectful to him. He's one of my teachers, and I like him. And I think if he would just listen to Dream Theater, he'd be like probably one of the greatest people on YouTube. But he seems to think that my favorite band had never existed. No, every time I watch one of his videos, I'll comment, "Good video. Watch Dream Theater. You might improve your video next time." He does all these top 20 countdowns. Top 20 greatest debut albums, top 20 male vocals, top 20 80s songs, insert blank. He does all that kind of stuff. And so he's doing a lot of this replaying of music. So I think that Rick Beato would benefit from joining this thing. Now, it would hurt his revenue maybe, or it might help his revenue. I don't know. I really don't know. It would just depend. He's big enough that, he has a lawyer and stuff, and he's able to somewhat fight some of these people. I obviously can't do that.
Yeah. I don't even want to know how much a lawyer costs. I mean.
Oh my.
I know. I'm sure.
Yeah. But
Never had one.
I mean, it comes down to, it comes down to principle versus reality. And I mean, I disagree with the system in principle a lot more than I disagree with it in reality. Because in reality, there's just only so much I can do about it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Was that Melanie?
Uh-huh.
Hi.
She got me. She only wants to put her fingers in front of the camera. Oh.
It's like, I knew who it was. Hi. I know she can't hear me, but.
So, that's the majority of the information that I wanted to cover. One thing that I do need to do is figure out whether like I said, I need to take down my covers and re-upload them, or whether I can somehow just like get them authorized as they stand. So what I did do is I made the covers that were in question, I made them unlisted in the meantime, so that hopefully they don't get taken down.
Yeah.
You can watch them then only if you have a link to them. So that should hopefully keep the views down so that they're not like going to cause me a problem.
Right.
But I think if I have to fight it now, if I get another strike and I have to fight it now, if it's one of those universal artists, right?
Yeah.
Then I have a leg to stand on now. I can say, well, hey, dude, I joined your thing. Why don't you like reverse the strike for me and I'll do it the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not sure exactly how this is all going to play out, but like, I kind of felt bad not having more information because you guys had a lot of really great questions and I really didn't seriously know all the answers. So that's why we did a part 2.
But it's frustrating. Can I say one thing real quick?
Please.
One of my bands, I don't want to say which one, because they might not want me to. They tried getting permission from John Williams himself to use Star Wars, right? And he flat out said no, he's not allowing any bands to do it anymore whatsoever. Meanwhile, there's all these other bands, probably high school bands and stuff, middle school bands playing it without permission. And so my teacher was like, wait a minute, so we're trying to do it the right way and pay you money for it, and you're still not allowing it? Like, that's so frustrating. And I love John Williams. Don't get me wrong. He's my favorite composer. But that was just really sad to hear.
Well, and I mean, I don't think this is so much a problem of individual greed as I think is a problem of systemic greed. I mean, like, of the wealthy in society, or at least of the rich class of society, musicians are pretty close to the fucking bottom. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
You know? Like, actors make way more money than music if they're as good. You know what I mean? Like, for example, so I can understand them wanting to have revenue streams. I can understand them trying to get their songs licensed. I can understand them coming out with the website to make it more streamlined and easy. Like I said, the two things that I have an issue with are the Gestapo bullying tactics. That's the big one. And then the $100 minimum threshold. Those are the two things that I don't like.
No,
So,
I agree with you 100% there. So.
and I mean, I can kind of see why they're doing it that way, because think about if they spent a bunch of money on an ad campaign, right? They'd have to cough up a bunch of money up front. So their ads are blocking people. Instead of paying for ads, Don Henley is paying 60 freaking nerds to sit in a fucking room 5 or 6 days a week, minimum wage, and block people and report people for the Eagles and himself.
I still would not, if he offered me that job, I'd say, no, I don't want to do that. Sorry. Even if he paid me.
That's insane. That's
know.
insane. No wonder all my Eagle songs got blocked. Here's the good news. I can now do a new version or re-upload my old version of Desperado, and I'll know it won't get blocked.
There you go.
It'll be fine. So I'm on the fence now. I don't know if I should just re-upload the old version, or I could do both. I could re-upload the old version and make a new version. Put some sax in it, why not?
Yeah.
But it's a shame. I feel like I sort of sold out in a way, and in a way,
No.
I feel like I sort of did the right thing. So
Yeah. I don't think you sold that at all. I think you're doing the right thing and you're trying to, and that reflects you, which is good,
well, I just wish that there was more of a meeting in the middle.
I know. Me too.
But I mean,
Yeah.
that's not how it works with corporations. You either sign it or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean,
Right.
anyway,
Now I wonder how it is with classical, because like there's some classical pieces on YouTube, like people's recitals and stuff. Like, how's that? You know what I mean? Like, they don't.
it should be public domain.
Yeah, then maybe classical might be a little different. I don't know. I
But
don't know.
with as little as there is fair use now, there's even less public domain.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing will ever become public domain ever again because of Mickey Mouse.
Right.
So,
And of course, yeah. And I was gonna say, with classical, you do pay the composer to a certain extent, also.
Mhm.
I mean, with anything, but I mean, with classical, I know there's like ways to do it where you're paying the composer of that piece.
absolutely.
I might be wrong. Comment if I'm wrong, but like, I don't know.
Well, like, and there's ways that you could like record covers and like sell them on CDs and stuff too, like Harry Fox Agency. But for that, you have to pay up front. You pay them their licensing fee before you get the CDs made,
Yeah.
and then you sell them and keep the money. But
Right.
then it's like, what if they never sell? I mean, who's buying CDs now? Come on, let's be real. When was the last time you bought a CD, Jennifer?
Long time ago.
Right?
But I do pay for songs, though. I mean, just not.
Yeah,
CDs,
yeah. Oh, I do. I do too. I do too.
Yeah,
I pay
yeah.
for songs all the time, dude.
Yeah,
'Cause,
me too.
I mean, I don't know, man. A long time ago, I got over that. If I wanted it, I just bought it because that's. I know how much. Like you ever see that one cartoon, right, on the Facebook or Instagram where there's this two stick figures and the one guy has art and he's like, I made something, and then the other guy's like, why'd you waste your time doing that? You'll never make a living in art. And then he says, and then the other guy says, can I have it for free? And then the artist makes a big mad face.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, it's always been like that. It's not like that's new to the 21st century or some shit, right? You know, like if you wanted to be a fucking minstrel, you had to like get in with the court and get them to like you, so they'd give you a job. Otherwise, you couldn't
Right.
sit down at the feast table and eat with the king and the lords, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You couldn't even get in the freaking castle if they didn't like you, or
Exactly.
whatever. You know. So I mean, artists have always been shit on by the elite, always. Because the elite know that they need a job. And so they pay them as little as possible. Because what are they going to do otherwise? Well, if you don't take it, well then how are you going to eat your dinner tonight then?
Yeah.
You know, I could just get somebody else who will take this plate of steak and potatoes. You know?
Exactly.
So, let's do you have any more questions about this to finish up, cuz I feel like this is, at least for now, part 2 seems to be wrapping up pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like you covered pretty much everything. And thank you for these videos, by the way, because I've always pretty much had questions about it, you know. And I was even uploading on YouTube. I was like, well, is it okay to play this song? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, most of the time, you'll get all the ad money will go to the copyright holder. But sometimes you'll get revenue sharing, which revenue sharing is basically similar to what this We Are the Hits is doing, except you're doing it according to YouTube's terms rather than according to We Are the Hits terms.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I think the threshold for collecting money from YouTube is lower, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up to be sure,
Yeah.
too. If anybody knows, please comment it down below. So, finishing up for this fourth Mastering Music with Matthew, I'm going to try to go back to a more musical topic next time for number 5. But this is a really big event in my life, so I wanted to share it with everybody. I hope it helps you. And anything you guys want to talk about, man, let's have a talk in the comments down below. Do me a favor, make sure you subscribe to my channel here, Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. I got this every week, sometimes even more. This was an extra bonus one here for you guys. I've also got Jam and Chat Monday and Tuesdays. I have online open mic. You're welcome to join. We got a Facebook group, link in the description. Join, and everybody's approved. Come on in and jam with us. We do original music. Sometimes we do cover songs, which will be interesting. I'm wondering now, if we do covers in Jam and Chat, am I going to have to upload Jam and Chat to this thing first before I can do it? I need to get somebody on the phone to answer these questions for me.
You know, Matthew, it's also really fun when we just play. Hey, let's play in D minor or something, you know. So.
I'm going to be honest, Jennifer. Do you know why I've been doing a lot of cover songs in Jam and Chat?
Why?
Practice.
Well, I love it. I love
Why
both.
else?
I love doing both. So you know.
I do better on my performance videos if I practice the songs a few times before I record them. Who would have thunk it? Right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you sound great either way. So.
Well, thank you so much. And so just to finish up, make sure you like, share this video, and I'll see you guys on the next Mastering Music with Matthew. Thank you for joining me, Jennifer, and I'll see you guys
Matthew.
hopefully Monday.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right, next time.
Right.